everyone, my name is Hilary Chain. Today I want to teach you how to use pivot tables. This is for beginners and advanced. I want to teach you how to use pivot tables to analyze data. Here we have our table here, and we have organizations here represented by these letters that we see here. And then here we are looking at total boys and girls, which is giving us total children here. Total IDP boys, total IDP girls, which is giving us total IDPs here. And we're looking at total overall, which is summing up total children and summing up with plus total IDP, and then it's giving us total overall children here. So now pivot tables are very important. They help you do analysis in a very quick and easy way. Just see what we are going to be doing here. Of course, if you want to use pivot tables, of course you need a data like this. You need a normal table like this, and each time you want to select to create pivot tables, make sure you select in between the data, around the data range. Okay, don't select outside, go anywhere in the data. Once you click, just assume that we had 100 organizations or 1000 organizations with this data all set in. You see that it will be difficult to look and begin to make decisions. Of course, we need analysis first of all. Now here we just need to click in between, and then we go up here to insert, and when we insert, we see this small pivot table sign here, and we click. When we click, we choose, you have pivot tables, you have pivot table charts. For now we want to look at pivot tables. Okay, you click pivot tables, and of course Excel is smart enough to already identify the range for you. You see these signs around this table are already that's Excel identifying the range for you. And then while we are here, it tells us if we want to go to a new sheet or we want to analyze on the same sheet. But many times I will always advise that we move to a new sheet for the sake of not being distracted with other data. So right now we are going to move to a new sheet, and we click OK. Wow, we are right here. Okay, so this is pivot tables. Anywhere you click and you see this sign, you see up here, it gives you pivot tables. To build a report, choose fields from the pivot table field list. Okay, this is the pivot table field list. Okay, and pivot tables are meant to do analysis, build reports, and that's what we are doing. That's what we want to do right now. Right here we have 4 different boxes. The first one is report filter, which we'll be talking about this in other videos, but today I want us to look at column labels and row labels and values. If you put anything, pivot table, the idea is just dragging and dropping, okay, which we are going to be doing. Here you have the row labels. When you put anything here, it comes in a row format, and when you put anything here, it comes in the column format. And when you put anything under value here, it either sums up or counts or give the average of what you have put in this value column. Let's just try and see what I mean. If you come here and you take organization and you bring it here to row, you see it comes in the row format. If you remove this organization, you drag and you drop in column, you see it comes in the column format. You see now. So this, you should take note of this. Okay, and if I want to, and if you take now, if we bring organizations under value, you see it already counts the amount of organization that we are working. We are working with 8 organizations. It counts. So whatever you put here, it begins to count. Okay, the boys and girls. What do you think? Yeah. So we come here and we bring boys under value. We come here and we bring girls under value. And then now we bring total children, because these boys and these girls are summing up to give us this total children here. Okay, and here again we can decide to move this organization now to columns. Are you seeing now? It's giving us an organization, sum of boys per each organization, and is making our data even more complex. Okay, when you work with pivot tables, you just need to be creative. Don't try to cram the idea. Just try to learn how to drag and drop and be comfortable around the environment, the pivot table environment. Okay, and each time you drag and drop, you need to use your eyes to look at and see, because remember what you are trying, the report you are trying to build up, you want to make sure that management can look at the report and understand the report very quick. You want to make sure that management can look at the report and it looks beautiful. Why it looks beautiful? It should be easily understood. Okay, they shouldn't call you all the time to ask you why is this here, why is this there. So you must be asking those questions within your mind. That's why you have to be extremely creative and extremely thoughtful when you are working with some of these tech tools. Okay, and your minds need to be free. Don't be too choked up. It's not cramming thing, it's understanding how to use it and enjoy using it. Okay, that's what I always recommend to my students, and to also those that I do consultation in organizations and homes and families and companies. I always advise them, be comfortable, be relaxed around these tools. You know, they are good to use. Developers made it for you to use them, so don't be scared. Okay, right here, if I come to organization, I put it here, you see it gives me this option. There is something I want you to look at. If I come here and I right click and I click and I come to value field setting, you see it gives me option for sum, count, average. So if I want to take, since I have selected sum of boys, so if I choose count, see what happens. Under sum of boys, it becomes count of boys. It means it is counting all the columns. Let me show you something. The rows, sorry, it's counting these rows. Are you seeing now? So it is telling me here that organization B here appears once. It's telling me that organization A appears here 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Are you seeing that? It has just counted. But when we talk of sum, it is coming here and summing every value in the row. Okay, that's the difference between count and sum. So I'm going to come here back and I click and I go to field setting, and then I come now to sum, and then I click OK. You see it goes now and sum everything that was in there. Okay, remember this is the first thing we wanted to look at. Okay, let's go back and look at let's click here. Okay, oh, sorry, let's go back and then we look at some of IDPs. Now we want to remove girls. We can also come here and take IDPs, boys, IDP, girls, and then total IDP. It still gives us the same. Okay, I'm here right now. If I come here and then I right click, you see it's showing me some right now. If I right click and then I choose go to value fees and I click and I choose counts, okay, and I click OK, it's now counting. It's counting. Let me show you something. This organization A, it shows that on our original table it appears 3 times, so it has counted 1, 2, 3, and the other ones appear once, so it gives me 1 1 for the others from what we have here. But now when we choose sum, it comes and say 200 plus 250 plus 300. So that's the difference between count and sum anyway. So if I come back here and then I go to count and I click and I go to value fee setting and then I choose sum, you see it gives me this value. If I come again here and I say and management says they want to find out the average of boys, I will just go to sum of boys and I click and I go to value setting and then I choose average. Okay, and then it gives me average. You see it now has average of boys. So this is the magic, it gives for all of them. So that's the magic. And then here again, I can come here and maybe I right click to see what we have here, and I go to value, show value as. We want to show it as grand total percentage. You see, so total sum of total children, we have converted it to a percentage format. You see, so we already have it here. So you must understand all this when it comes to pivot tables. If I come here again and let's say we are dealing with money and want to change this to some kind of figures, we can just select and we come up here to $, and then we choose $. Okay, you see this is the $. We can come here and say that if we want to reduce the percentage or the decimal places, we can come here and then we reduce from here. You see, we select. So this sign here is adding the percentage, the decimals. This one is reducing them. We can also come here and also remove the percentages and select like this, and then we remove all the percentages. Okay, you see we are removing them. Here we just have 30%. Many times when you're working with companies, especially I analyze data from companies to find out how their markets are doing over time, from months to months, years to years, from products to products. Many times we analyze using actual figures. We don't bring percentage or decimals in. No, sorry, we don't bring decimals in. Okay, like now 30% is better better off than 30 percent. Okay, that's what I just want to let you know when it comes to analysis. Sometimes well, you might be doing yours, but that is mostly what we do as we move forward with our analysis. Right here, I think for now, for those who are beginners, this is pivot tables. I just encourage you to keep learning and keep practicing. It's a very good tool, and it helps you a lot to do a lot of analysis. And we can also still come here and then say we want to look for what each organization has reached in terms of total IDPs. We click here, you see it gives us here. We can see total overall, we click again, it gives us here. So there's that automatic movement with pivot tables. They do the summation for you, they do the counting for you, they do the average for you. So that's just the idea with pivot tables. Thank you very much for watching, and stay blessed.